Hello children, welcome to Narayana live classes. We have another set of assignment, the assignment on short answers. Okay, what are the short answers here? You have a set of short answers. Let me read for you and we're going to complete the lessons. This you are going to write in your sadhana workbook where we have given the columns to you. You have the question answers there. Write neatly. Let me read the question. What did Nicholas Copernicus prove about the earth? What actually Nicholas Copernicus proved about that? He has proved that earth is in a spherical shape and it rotates on its own axis. Okay, that's what Nicholas Copernicus has proved. Let's see with the help of the image. He is Nicholas Copernicus and he has proved that where is earth? This is earth, that earth is in the third orbit. So he has proved that earth is in a spherical shape and it rotates on its own axis. So let me read here. Nicholas Copernicus proved that earth is in a sphere and it spins on its own axis. Who has proved? Nicholas Copernicus. Okay, let's complete the questions. Okay, look here. Let me read the answer. Nicholas Copernicus proved that earth is a sphere and it spins on its axis. Okay, earth is in a round shape and it spins on its own axis. Who has proved that? Nicholas Copernicus. Is it clear, children? Now coming to the next question, define the terms. Here two terms are there. One is Pangaea, next is Panthalassa. What is Pangaea and what is Panthalassa? It is looking something different. This is not a English word, like you may feel it's not an English word. Then what is Pangaea and what is Panthalassa? Let me explain you with the help of the diagram. What is Pangaea? Okay, it's almost like 200 million years ago, earth, it was like a supercontinent. Okay, have you ever played jigsaw puzzle? What is jigsaw puzzle is all about? You have an image, you have to see that image and you have to draw, you have to just join all the puzzles, right? After joining all the puzzles, the jigsaw puzzle, it just looked like the same image. So in the same manner, the earth was first, it was just like this, like a dough. Your mom makes the chapati, right, with the dough. So it was completely, you can understand, the whole humans, we have the different continents, 7 different continents were merged together and that merging is called as Pangaea. That is called as Pangaea. Slowly, when there was lot of heat in the interior of the earth, all this supercontinent, all the land masses have scattered. You can see here, slowly it's scattering here. Okay, slowly it's scattering, you can understand. And this is a present earth, this is a present earth. Okay, first it was like that and present here it is like this. When you join all this, all the continents, children, okay, it completes your jigsaw puzzle. It just looks like the Pangaea. It is almost 200 million years ago, the Pangaea was existing. Later on, it took another million years, you know, 1 million, so almost a many crores. You can assume how many crores back this all has happened, and now we are living in the present, right? This present world, you think that it's not coming together? Are we not again making as a Pangaea? Maybe. Whenever there is a natural disaster like earthquake and everything, the continents move little into the northern hemisphere. We are actually moving little bit upwards. And slowly the day will come when we all submerge in the water. It takes pretty long. It's not now. It takes some more million years ago. Okay. So that's to not to happen in that manner. We need to protect our earth. Okay. It's a global warming. We need to protect our earth. Now coming back to this. So this Pangaea, it is almost like 200 million years ago. This was there, and after the years was passing, the heat was coming out from the interior of the earth and all the continents have scattered, and this is a present earth what we can see right now. Okay, so this is all about Pangaea. If you can see here, about 200 million years ago on the earth, all the land masses together formed a supercontinent called as Pangaea. As I said, it was a supercontinent because all continents were together actually, right? Now let's complete the answer. Let's complete the answer. Pangaea, about 200 million years ago on the earth, all the land masses together formed a supercontinent known as Pangaea. Is it clear now what is Pangaea? Like, make sure that you're just joining all the jigsaw puzzles. Okay, when you just remove the jigsaw puzzle, all the continents have been scattered. That you can understand what is Pangaea. Is it clear? Now coming to the Panthalassa. Panthalassa is nothing but only one large water body. One large water body. Okay, if you can see here, this whole blue in color is completely a one water body. You have the different oceans, right? The different oceans were first only one ocean. There was only one ocean. That water body is called Panthalassa. This is also almost 200 million years ago. Okay, the Pangaea is nothing but the landmass. Panthalassa is nothing but the water bodies. Is it clear? Let's go and write the answer. What is Panthalassa? The only water body that existed on the earth. The only water body that existed on the earth 200 million years ago is known as Panthalassa. Is it clear? So, only landmass is Pangaea, only water body is Panthalassa. This is how many years ago? It's 200 million years ago. Is it clear, children? Let's go back. Answer the following long questions. Explain the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse with the help of the diagram. In your sadhana book, an empty block is given. You better divide the block into two parts and you can draw the lunar and the solar eclipse in that. And you need to write the answer. What is lunar eclipse and solar eclipse? Let's find out. See this image? This is all about the solar eclipse. When the moon comes in between sun and the earth, the lunar or what? This is solar eclipse, right? When the moon comes between sun and the earth, the solar eclipse occurs. Okay. So, is it clear, children? What is solar eclipse? When the moon comes in between earth and the sun, the solar eclipse occurs. So, the moon comes under the shadow of the moon actually. The earth comes under the shadow of the moon. So, remember, the moon is between sun and the earth. During that time, solar eclipse occurs. Okay. Let's write the answer. And what is the next one? Next is the lunar. Lunar, the earth is in between sun and the moon. The earth is between sun and the moon. So, during that period, lunar eclipse occurs. Lunar means nothing but moon. So, just see the previous one. Solar, the moon is coming between sun and the earth, and lunar, the earth is between sun and the moon. So, now let's write the answer. So, what is the answer here? Solar eclipse. You need to write the answer. This is a long question. So, long means little lengthier answers. So, what is the answer? When the moon passes between the sun and the earth, when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, it blocks the rays of the sun partially or totally from falling on the earth. Is it clear? So, what comes between the sun and the earth? Moon comes in the solar eclipse. Is it clear? Now, coming the next point under that, it can occur only during a new moon. So, solar eclipse occurs when there is a new moon. Okay, it can occur only during the new moon. The earth is then in the shadow of the moon. The earth is under the shadow of the moon, as I said. This is known as solar eclipse. Is it clear, children? So, better you write down all these answers in your sadhana workbook. Coming to the next, lunar eclipse. When the earth passes between the sun and the moon. When the earth passes between the sun and the moon, it casts a shadow on the moon partially or totally. Partially or totally. This is known as the lunar eclipse or eclipse of the moon. Is it clear? So, what comes between the moon and the sun? Earth comes during the lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse occurs more frequently than the solar eclipse. Lunar eclipse occurs more frequently than the solar eclipse. A lunar eclipse can last upon an hour and a half. It mostly occurs within a 1 hour or within a half hour. You know, lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, you know, some people think it's a good sign, some people think it's a bad so it depends upon what your mythology is saying. This is all about the lunar and solar eclipse. Let's go for the next question. The next question is, how does an earthquake occur? How does an earthquake occur? What precautions can be taken during the earthquake? What precautions can be taken in the earthquake? What is earthquake? You know, if you know the interior of the earth. The middle part is the core, right? In the first is the core, then mantle and the crust. So what happened when the heat, the earth interior part of heat gets more heat, you know, the magma comes out. When the magma comes out, there will be a lot of frictions on the surface of the crust. Okay, this is not about, this is all about the earthquake. And earthquake, mostly you find the earthquake in the plateau regions. Okay, that's the reason plateau is blessed with lot of minerals actually. Okay, plateau is blessed with a lot of minerals because of eruption of the earthquake. Okay, I mean eruption of the volcano. Volcano when comes out, the earthquake occurs. Okay, and what precautions you need to take when there is an earthquake? You can't sit in the house actually. You need to come out from the house. You know, if the Richter scale is more, it may happen that the roof of your house can come and fall on you. So always make sure that you're coming in the open area. Never stand under the tree. Never stand under the tree. Okay, and maybe the tree may also fall down. Make sure that when immediately there's an earthquake, you have to sit under a table. Okay, you need to take a shelter on the table so that if the ceiling is falling down, the table protects you. Is it clear? So let's find out how the earthquake looks like. So these are the pictures, these are images of earthquake. If you can see the cracks in between the road, it just actually breaks down. And if you can see this image is in the Latur region in 1993. Latur is in Maharashtra, where we Indian people have seen lot of distraction during that period. The whole village was completely dismantled actually. The surrounding villages just went for the rescue. The students, the college students just went to the rescue. There's a lot of casualty. Let it be a casualty, and the economic loss, and the whole houses were dismantled actually, completely distracted. Okay, so you can understand how during the earthquake how happens. You know, it is very danger. It's very danger. And when you're going on the road also, it may happen the road will maybe be crack into two parts actually. We don't know actually. It's completely why this all happens. All this natural calamity, why it happens. Maybe we're not protecting the earth. Maybe it's global warming. You can say that. Okay, we can't actually say. That's the reason you always make sure that when your developing is happening, we need to go with the sustainable development. So this is all about earthquake. Let's see what is the answer for this. Okay, let's read the answer. The magma and the gases in the earth's interior. The magma and the gases in the earth interior move and pushes the land upwards. As I said, when the magma comes out from the interior of the earth, it pushes upwards. It pushes. You can do the experiment with yourself. You know, you just boil the water in a vessel and lid it up, and sprinkle some mustard seeds or some sand particles, and you can observe that the sand particles or mustard seeds are scattering. Why it's scattering? Because of the heat. You can understand why the earthquake occurs actually when it's more heat in the interior of the earth. Okay, let me read again. The magma and the gases in the earth's interior move and pushes the land upwards, making the earth tremble and vibrant. It trembles and vibrant. This violent trembling is known as earthquake. Which country experience more and more of earthquake, and there seems to be a part of them right now? It's Japan. Okay, Japan is a country where the people are so used to the earthquake, and they make sure that the life is again normal. Okay, you know, specific ring of fire where actually the completely in the eastern part of the world, the Japan, they're the specific, and there you can experience, the people experience more and more frequent volcanoes, eruptions and the earthquakes. Okay, so violent trembling is known as the earthquake. Precautions to be taken during the earthquake. What precautions you can take during the volcano eruptions? The first one, come out of an enclosed area. You have to come out from your houses, come out in an enclosed area, which is not closed, it's an open area, enclosed area, and move to an open area, and you have to move in an open place. If you cannot turn outdoor, sit to the corner of the room, away from the window, fans or any other things that may fall you. you know, when there maybe, you know, sometimes when anything happens, your mind stops. It stops you to take an action. So during that time when you can't come out in an open area, better make sure that you're taking the shelter in the corner of the area where there's no fan. Okay. Next one, take cover under a desk or a table if possible. As I said, make sure that you're taking the shelter under the table. Okay. Preferably use stairs and not the lifts during or immediate after the earthquake. What these precautions, why you need not supposed to take the lift? Maybe there will be a short circuit, maybe there's a power off and you will be completely fixed in your lift. So better you take the stairs, not the lift. Next one, if traveling, come out of the vehicle immediately in case of an earthquake. If you're traveling, as I said, if you're traveling also, maybe the earthquake, so you have to stop the vehicle, you have to come out from the vehicle. Okay. Take care not to be stand below the tree, signboard, etc. or the road. As I said, you can't take shelter under the tree, or if there are any boards are there, you can't stand below that also, it may fall on you. Okay. So make sure that whenever you experience earthquake, you have to take all these precautionary measures. Okay. I have experienced during the Latur earthquake in 1993. I experienced. I didn't feel it's in a fraction of a second. We all just came out. My father said it's an earthquake. Come out from the house. Immediately we left the house. We just came in. It was a few seconds. You know, we are just. It's like a wave. The floor just move here like this, like you're playing the seesaw. Okay. So these are the question answers. Make sure that you're completing all your long answers, children, with a neat handwriting. Thank you, children. Thanks a lot.